but at the start we're back. I'm just making sure everything's set up. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning, everyone. We're back with another episode of Arydia, the paths we dare tread, the RPG in a box where we dare tread the paths. Specifically, the path of light and the path of wandering, I guess. So if you've missed the first checks notes, what, 25 episodes? Yeah. If you missed the first 25 episodes, there's a lot of catching up to do. But we play exiles trapped in a special land created for the exiles. It's kind of cordoned off. Other people live there too. And in order to earn our way back into society, we have to do tasks for people around the exiled lands, and thereby earn squills, which are little wooden tokens that are apparently like enchanted up the wazoo to make sure people don't try to steal them, which is crazy. Right? That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, we are now finding ourselves in a cave, and we have stumbled upon a group of kobolds who were, oh boy, I forget, were they packing stuff up or unpacking stuff? One of those things is true. I think they were packing stuff up to leave. They were packing stuff onto their boats. This is the second time we've run into kobolds who were trying to basically loot an old abandoned fort and make off with their filthy euchre. Lucre? Euchre is a very different thing. Anyways, so here we are. And I'm going to be optimistic, because if I'm not optimistic, I'm going to play in such a way that I might die more readily. I might give up too soon. So I think we are perfectly capable of winning this fight. So there. I've said it. I think it's just going to take some clever use of all of our stuff. And stuff is there to be used, so here we are. One thing I'd like to note before I jump into the gameplay, my ricochet skill here that Rix has, I've been doing slightly wrong. So what you're supposed to do is pick a target, roll for damage, roll to see if you hit. Then when you do hit, you already know what your damage is because your damage is based on your attack roll. That's when you pay the combo and do that exact same amount of damage to a diagonal foe. So before, I've been doing a separate roll for a second attack, and that's not what you do. So I have learned a thing. Reading the reference card explains the rules. Reading the rules explains the rules, and that's good. So here we are. We are about to start a combat. We have a lot of kobolds, and it's gonna take some work to win this fight. But here we are. We're here. We're gonna do it. So make sure I get all their abilities in frame. I guess their weak point is out of frame, but whatever. We'll deal with that. So we start, as always, with the foe turn. Zertle is the likely target, but Zertle's also on deck. That's why I'm putting Zertle's armor on screen. It helps me remember. The mob activates, and this time we do in fact have mob enemies. So this is going to be the two ranged kobolds, the Burrites. And at 0, they move up to 4, target the healthiest exile, and do a poison burr attack. Okay, so I'm glad we have armor for this, because this is going to be bad for us. So we start with the lowest numbered, which is the green one. And they have a range of 4 on their burr, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This, if they move forward twice, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can hit the healthiest, which is actually Rick's. So that's what we do. We target Rick's. This is the red die. And I kind of rolled that off, but there you go. There's right shoulder for Rick's. That's unfortunate. Seeing how Rick's has no shoulder armor. So Rix takes 1 and then loses 2 more because of the extra ability. If you don't fully block the damage, you take an extra 2 health. And then we shrapnel. Do 1 blue die damage to a different exile within range 2 of the original target, which will be Zertle. That will be left shoulder on Zertle. Left shoulder has armor, so he blocks all of that 1 damage, but also now his armor is more damaged, so he'll be more susceptible to poison burr. I'll just go ahead and update that. That's left shoulder is now damaged. Look at that. Very cool. Up next is the other Kobold Burr right. And I notice Zertle is now the healthiest, so he would be the target. Let's see, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No obscuring borders, so he's got a perfect shot at Zertle. Unfortunately, let's do an attack. Once again, this is red for 1 damage on Zertle's head armor. So it is completely blocked, but now Zertle's head armor is used up. Head armor is destroyed. And we once again do a blue shrapnel attack, this time against Rix. That is left arm on Rix, which does, in fact, have armor. Sorry, who does, in fact, have armor. Right on that left arm, so we knock that down to 0 durability left, but no damage taken. Oops. That one. Boom. And who do we have next? That's enemy turn. Up next is Zertle, who needs to get out of shrapnel range, otherwise we're going to have a big, big problem. So, yeah, I think if I just walk 1 step forward, I'd be out of shrapnel range. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I do. Basic move with my basic action, sorry, my minor action, we gain a combo, and I walk forward 1. No longer within range 2. Then I'm going to use a regular action to balm myself. So at the start of my next turn, I will heal for 3, which has kind of been a lifesaver a lot of the time. And then do I think I just basic attack here. Yeah. So I use my Iron Shod Staff, which is not actually reflected in the overlay. I still haven't gotten around to that. And we do a strength attack. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's really bad. My strength is 6. That's 10. Do I want to go for 2 hits against these guys? The answer is almost certainly yes. I feel like 2 hits is probably important. What do they got here? Is that a weak point? No, just an armor point. Okay, alright. Yeah, I'm going to spend an RP point. I'm committed to just use my resources in this combat. Well, I guess I'm targeting this one because it's the one I'm adjacent to. And we're going to go here and there. So armor falls off, and I deal 1 hit point. Okay. That was Zertle's whole turn, unfortunately. So it's the enemy turn with Rix on deck. I'm just throwing my die at myself. Boss or 2. There are no boss enemies, so they gain 2 threats. We get a brief reprieve here. And now it is Rix's turn. I'm trying to decide what to do. I think the answer is hold off on the ricochet for a second. I don't think I need it quite yet. So yeah, I'm gonna minor action, drink a charge from my ornate potion, heal for 3. 1, 2, 3, all the way back up to 8. Obviously, being at the highest health has implications, but I think we'll be okay. Then I'm gonna basic attack the same one that Zertle was attacking with my bow. Yes, we definitely want to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm rolling so horribly. This is not the time for bad rolls. My endurance is 4, so that's a 6, which means 1 hit. What do these guys do on weak points? Just 2 threats. That might be fine at this point. I mean, the real question is, am I going to do better? I think I'm just gonna... So I'm gonna use my 1 hit coming down from above to go to that space. And that goes through a critical point, which hits their weak point here. And that gives them 2 threat for the weak point hit. Again, I think that's the best I can do. And I'm going to basic attack with my bow once again. Same target, yeah. Number 4. Okay, an 8 is a little bit better. That gets me to a 12 adjusted, which means I get 2 hits. And I think that means I just go hit and hit. It's really hoping to do more damage before they really start activating. But alas, here we are. Enemy turn, Zertle on deck. Boss or 1. Alright, they go up to 5 threat. We get another brief moment of safety. Although, if they don't activate again, they're probably going to do a limit break, and then they will all activate, and then we're probably dead. If I had to guess, we'd be dead at that point. So, what does Zertle do? Maybe I should have marked and done a staggering shot against number 4 so that Zertle could, like, move in and attack the ranged guys. But that's not what I did. It's too late now. I think Zertle is going to minor action form up, spending a speed. An exile moves 3, an exile, same or different, moves 3, and we gain a combo, so I'm going to move our combo up to 2. And take 1 speed away from Zertle. I'm going to move here, and Rix is going to move here. And I'm doing that so that, once again, they're not within range 2 of each other. Zertle's basic attack against Kobold number 4 are just abysmal. So, we're not doing that. And then I'm going to basic attack this new one. I know, spreading out your damage is always a mistake, but here we are. That's an adjusted 17 with my +6 strength. Which means if I spend my last RP, I can hit 3 spaces instead of just 2. But I don't think I want to do that yet. Yeah, I think I want to save that for like a really good hit. So I'm going to hit both of these with that 2 attack, or 2 hits. And then I'm going to attack again with my staff. Well, there we go. There's a natural 20 right there. And I need to remember what happens on a natural 20 in combat with my lucky charm. Okay. When you roll a natural 20 in combat, gain +7 combo instead of the normal +2 combo. Okay. I'm in. Okay. Wow. So we just go straight to the top for combo. And I get to do a bunch of damage to this guy. Now, once again, Zertle does not have the best, like, attack pattern for these enemies, but it's a pretty good hit. Yeah, I can't hit the weak points is the big issue. Which means it's kind of a wasted crit. TBH. I think I just go here and down. Yeah, 2 damage on a crit is a little sad, a little disappointing. But we have 7 combo, and I feel like we might as well use it right now. Yeah, we're gonna limit break right now. Going down to 0. And Rix is going to do a basic attack against this one. And if it hits, I'm going to ricochet to this one using the free combo out of that. So let's crit. Let's go, Rix. Let's go. Crit, crit. That's a 4. That's nowhere near a crit. That was just plain bad. That puts me at an 8. Yeah, that puts me at an 8. Man, that's bad. Okay. You know what? This is fine. We just get to do 1 hit. That's fine. Right? That's fine. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna wipe out this corner just to have it gone. And then I'm going to ricochet and hit this one. Ooh, what is their weak point ability? Poison Burr versus the attacker if in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not in range? Yeah. If it is an exile's turn, also flee 2. So, I get to hit this guy on the weak point, which is what I want to do. And then he goes, no attack, scamper away. Flee 2. Wait. Really wish I could have done at least 2 hits. Honestly, because that would have been incredible. But here we are. Okay, alright. A pummel against this one could do very well if I double pummel. I think we have a game plan, we just have to kind of survive. Enemy turn, Rick's on deck. Brutes activate, that's the Kobold guards. Let's switch to their card real quick. And as we can see, they're going to spend 3 of their threat, going down to 2. To do a move 6, try to hit as many enemies as possible, which they can only hit 1 with that attack pattern. And then impale with +2 armor penetration, which is just extra disgusting. So we'll start with number 3, attacking Zertle. And this is 3 armor penetration, 3 damage, so armor's not going to matter at all here. And I need the Great Eye. That is right arm. So right arm is just destroyed with 3 armor break just right away. And then 3 damage to Zertle. Bum, bum, bum. And I realized I had a cube for my balm, and I healed for 3 and nothing happened. I wish I could choose to use balm or not. To use the cube, you know? I don't think I can. Yeah, you instantly use it if you start your turn with it. Okay. Just checking. It's important to check. So I'm down to 4 health, and my armor is blown up on that side. The reason I mentioned Balm is this would be a really nice time to have Balm trigger, you know, taking 3 damage. And then this one moves forward and also attacks. Same target. And that is the other arm. Oh boy. They just like flanked and double stabbed his arms, and everything is awful. 1, 2, 3, going down to 1 health. As an ability, I really like Balm because it lets you kind of plan for it being knocked out, and then you just instantly get back up again without using a surge. It works significantly less well if it triggers when you have no damage. Funny that. Okay. So what are we up to? We are up to Rix's turn. Both enemies who activated have gone. And now Rix really needs some combo so that she can do the ricochet again, but at the same time, I would love to go heal Zertle for 3. The problem is, then I wouldn't be able to run away. Maybe that's fine though. Like the the shrapnel isn't the worst right now. Oh, the bigger problem is if I end adjacent to Zertle, like behind Zertle, we get impaled quite easily. Maybe that's not a problem either. Okay, we are going to basic attack with the bow. I can't hit this one, but I can hit this one with my range as is. Yeah, so let's do basic attack. Yeah. Ooh, that is a 16 plus 4 is an adjusted 20. That's 3 hits on blue, which I'm going to put straight down the line to get maximum use out of this. 1, 2, 3. And I go through a critical point there, which directs down to here. So it's technically 4 hits with 1 shot, which is great. And I really, really wish I had the combo to shrapnel that. Or not to shrapnel, to ricochet that. Ricochet 20 would have been very good. As you might expect. And then I'm going to basic move. Or do I just... Sorry, I hit a weak point so they gain 2 threat. There is something to be said for just standing here and shooting one of them again. Or even backing up and trying to hit number 4. Nah, I think I'm going to hit the same one. Yeah, let's do it. I just need to get a 12 or higher. Okay, that's 3 hits again. Once again, where's my ricochet, man? We're going to hit both of these. Not taking full advantage of an adjusted 20, but that's okay. And then we're going to gain a combo as we basic move to... Let's see. 1, 2, no. Just 1, 2. That'll leave number 4 in range if I need to. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is all fine. Take a sip. Okay. So up next we have enemy turn with Zertle the Cleric on deck. Brutes activate again. I'm glad I didn't walk in with Rix. That would have been a bad situation. So they spend 3 threat, go down to 1 to do their big attack. And we're going to have number 3 going first, Impaling Rix. This is a Great Eye. Okay. That's left arm again. Sorry, yeah, left arm. But Zertle's left arm is already dead, so Zertle just takes 3 and falls down. And goes kaput. Yay! Then pink, number 4 here, will go 1, 2, and attack Rix. Actually, they can attack from here, can't they? They have a range of 2 with their spear. Body armor. And this is pierce or armor break 3, so cloak is instantly broken through. Rix takes 1, 2, 3 damage. Updating the overlay to match this. Oh, sorry, to match this. So head and body were both just destroyed in one fell swoop. Woo. Okay. But now it's Zertle's turn. Now that he's been knocked down, it's Zertle's turn. Zertle will action surge to stand up. Hiya. Then what will Zertle do? What would you do, Exile? If I can double pummel, I can kill the blue kobold. But I can't double pummel and also heal myself, unfortunately. So we're kind of in a bind. Maybe that's just good enough. And then Rix can come and heal Zertle. I think that's my best line. I'll be honest. Yeah, I think that is my best line. So I'm going to basic move with Zertle, gaining a combo, going to 2. I go. Wait, what does this do? After an exile moves away or attacks a foe other than Kobold. Okay. So I can't actually move, but I gain my combo. And then I'm going to spend all of the 2 combo on a double pummel. So first I'm going to handle this one. I hit that, and then that. And because this was the killing blow, weak point does not trigger. And then I have to decide how I'm going to hit this one. And I think the answer is I just kind of do one of these numbers. Yeah, I don't want to hit their weak points because I don't want to give them another 3-threat activation. Those have been killing me. Literally in Zertle's case. But this Kobold has been defeated. Very cool. And then end of Rix's turn. Falls unconscious again. Action surge done. End of Zertle's turn. I don't know if I said Rix or Zertle there, but whatever. Enemy turn, Rix on deck. They gain 2 threat. Going up to 3. So now Rix needs to figure out what she's going to do, and I think the answer is try to kill this Kobold before it activates again. Because those ones do less damage, hopefully. Oh, actually, they're going to do max damage to Rix. Because Rix has no armor in their attack spot. So that's unfortunate. I think that it's still... The answer is still kill the Kobold. So I basic attack with my bow, hoping to get a 12 or higher. That is a 13, which is an adjusted 17. So I'm going to hit these 2 spaces. And now I just need to not miss as a basic attack again. That launched my token across the room. But, sorry, adjusted 21, because of course. I hit the last point, and killing blow means weak point doesn't trigger. This Kobold is dead. Rix is going to minor action move. No. Minor action, drink my last charge of my good potion and go back up to full health again. I have a feeling it's going to be a problem. We're going to have a problem in the near future. But I'd really like them to waste their time and just gain threat for one more turn. Can we fade that for a little bit? Eh? Enemy turn, Zertle on deck. All foes activate. So we go straight to the Burrites, who spend 3 threat. To move up to 6, targeting the furthest away enemy, doing a poison burr with +2 damage. Oh no. So, they have a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yep, that's in range. And they do a red die of hit, which is left shoulder. No armor there on Rix. There is no armor on me. Woo! So I take 1, 2, 3 base, and then additional 2 because I didn't block all of it, and oh. We may have just lost this battle. Oh no. Uh wait. I have nimble. I can gain +2 armor for the attack, so I'm only down to 5. Oh, I'm just gonna die from this next attack anyways. Well, that sucks. I think we were close to winning this. I just, first of all, rolled poorly in the beginning, and then had a bad balm, I think. Yeah, that balm knocking me out early was a mistake. Or that balm coming out early was a mistake. Anywho, let's do the other enemy. Who goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacks Rix. Yep, I have no armor in that slot anymore, so I take 3 base and an additional 2. Yep, and that's Rix down. And unfortunately, the next turn is Zertle, who's already down and already action surged, so Zertle cannot help. And because everybody's down at the end of an exile turn, I believe we just end in defeat. And now I need to look up the defeat rules because this hasn't happened yet. I'm curious what's going to happen. Defeat on page 33. Oh, they do have a little faux icons thing. Okay, cool. Very cool. Okay. We draw event 999, which is probably bad for us, but I don't think it's game over, game over. We'll find out. Well, that'd be a way to end this whole series. Yeah, we were killed by kobolds. What can we say? Darkness. You fall to the ground, overcome by darkness. Remove foe figures from the map and index the foe cards. Alright. Goodbye. Flip the uncleared area map face down. Because it was not cleared, it will need to be explored again. Note that you do not get any loot. Even if one foe type was entirely defeated, you were incapacitated and cannot get any loot. Note, if you cleared some area maps earlier, you may return the cleared maps face up. You can only clear a given map once. Flip the mode of token to adventure. You are now out of combat. And we flip this. Drifting along in the blackness, you feel yourself carried upon waves of nothing. Slowly, your senses begin to return, and you feel sand, coarse, warm sand beneath you. While in this location, all exiles remain at 0 health. You may move and take actions normally. You cannot heal. Draw medium 999 and then index this card. Okay. Get rid of all the kobolds. Haha, we got away from you by dying. That means we win, right? That was a tough one. I do think it was possible. Yeah, I think we just got unlucky a couple of times. Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. So this is going to go face down back into our box. This one can be face up because we cleared all the things. All right. Medium 999. I have a bad habit of not putting away my other map tiles, so there's a bunch that need to be put away that I haven't. A dark shore. Lying on your back, you hear the sound of water softly lapping upon the shore. Sitting up, you see an old wooden pier with an ornate gondola docked to it. Everything here is bathed in an ethereal blue light. Place party on X. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Hold on. Um. Wait a minute. So there's an event here. Um. Let's go see what this event is. Event 777. Light. The dark figure calls out to you from beside the boat. Leaving so soon, are you? We can either say no, index this card, or go to leave. Let's go talk to the figure first before we leave. Hello. Mysterious shaded figure on a mysterious beach. Dark figure. Unknown. He's detached. He has spirit fingers. Oh, okay. Ta-da! He has a raspy voice. You see a dark figure standing in the dock. A hood obscures their face. You aren't supposed to be here. Not yet. If you head that way, you will return to where you are meant to be. Before you leave, I am required to offer you a boon. Where is here? This place is where people wait. But not you. Not yet. Okay, what kind of boon can you offer? I was directed to offer you help should you need it, and since you're here, I suppose. Okay, so first, Zertle's gonna get an RP point for that conversation. Also, you may take up to one of each of the boons. Restoring boon, small boon, medium boon. These all sound like good things to me. I kind of want all of them. So, am I... I think I want all of them. So there's a bunch of key items here. 101, 901, 902. We'll start with the restorative boon. Restoring boon as an action. Action out of combat, fill all knapsacks and potions with cubes. Each exile restores all damage on armor. Gain 3k and then index this card. Whoa. Okay. And then I want the small boon and the large boon. 901 and 902. Small boon first. Free action. Usable by any exile. An exile gains 3 health and 3 speed. Then index this card. Okay. And medium boon. Free action. Usable by any exile. Up to 2 exiles gain 5 health, 5 speed, and 5 mana. And then index this card. Okay, that's what we need. If we had had mana during that fight, I think we would have done pretty much just fine. Yeah, I could have done a lot of stuff a lot better there. That's all he's offering us for now. So that's all we're going to take. And then I think we're going to go leave. So, we go back to the event, which is the light. You leave the dark shore behind and step into the mists. The swirling fog surrounds you as you walk, and time seems to lose all meaning. You walk on, the sounds of waves on the shore now long faded in the mists. Close the location. Got it. Out of the darkness, you see light pouring through an archway and hear a voice speaking as though far off. You walk toward the light, shielding your eyes with your hand. As you pass over the threshold, the voice becomes clear for a moment. Rest, draw a day card, all exiles replenish health, mana, speed, shuffle travel deck, refresh travel tokens. Got it. We're gonna do all the day stuff. So first we draw a day card. So we're not just dead. I need my day deck, and we are on a breezy day, day 5. A welcome breeze brings the warm scent of flowers. You feel invigorated. The first time this card is drawn, add travel 51 to the bottom of the discard pile. I think we have not done that. Travel 51. Yeah. Once again, I'm going to try not to look at it. It just gets added in. Good, good, good. And then the next day change, we're going to add a new day to the deck. But we don't need to do that quite yet. So let's do our travel deck shuffling. I think all of our tokens are currently ready to go. Yeah. That we've been keeping on top of. Okay, so death's not that big of a deal, which I actually like. I know some people will complain about that because they like a hardcore experience. But I'll be honest, I don't really want to sink dozens of hours into a game and then, like, a couple bad rolls mean you are done forever. That just sounds like a pretty bad experience to me. So I appreciate how this works. And I'm not judging you if you like the other way. It's just I don't like wasting time. I don't have enough time to waste. That's just my opinion. Okay. So I need to restore all of our stat lines. So we get back up to full health, full mana, full speed, and no more action surge token. We get our character abilities back. Get to fill up my med kit again. Yeah. Our armor is still damaged. I was about to clear all this up, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not a thing. Oh, and I need to update all of my stuff. All my stats in the overlay. So Rix is at 8 health, 5 speed, 5 mana? Yep. Zertle is at 7 health, 4 speed, 6 mana. Okay. Very good, sir. And if you're just joining me, I just died. Stuff went down. Alright, so we have finished doing the rest. So now the voice becomes clear for a moment. The paths we dare tread. Which is great, because that's also, like, the first event card in the game has that same bit. So it's kind of like, oh, you must have died and just woken up in the camp This is just like that. There we go. The words echo in your mind. You blink back sleep as dawn pours into your threadbare tent. Flip NPC 999 to their B form. Ooh. Maybe they give better boons now. But also, maybe we shouldn't die too often. Okay, we've done that part. Gain dossier T12, so a random title. Place the party on the guild hex, which is here. Kaboom. And then flip this to its B side and index it. All right, 777B. Dossier T12. I'll get that out now. Kaboom. All right. The Returned is our new title that we can take. I don't know. I kind of like the Sleuth and the Kind, but I think I'll do Zertle the Returned. That has a nice ring to it. Zertle the Returned. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do. We should definitely try and repair. And it's a new day. Also, so POI 40 is the guild here, and that's where we're going to try and repair. But also, I should note that there's a lady here who might talk to us now that we have a certain number of squills. I need to count those up again. We cannot level up. We do not have the 20 experience. We're 4 away from that. I don't want to train or retrain. And let's see. The Smithy can repair 5 damage, which is not all of my damage. So maybe I go to a different town, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go to a different town, but first I'm just going to do a quick preview. Big 28. See if I can figure out the NPC and if I meet her requirements. I'm not going to like lay out all the tiles yet, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squills, and I think 10 was what I needed. Let's go to Big 28. Big 28. And then if I go inside the building here, which was long 43, I think I have enough to talk to this NPC. Yeah, so this out of the way. We are at long 43. We're talking to NPC 62. Clack the Exile. An old woman is here checking the contents of her knapsack and consulting a map. Oh, always nice to meet the competition. How's your hunt going? Have you gotten many squills yet? Let's talk about those squills. Come on, count them up. How many people you helped so far, huh? Do you have 10 or more squills? Yes. You may have seen the Caro flying over the grasslands, eh? She shows you her arm, a long, fresh scar on it. I'm no fighter, just here to help some people out, but that Kira was a menace and needs to be put down. And I'd love to get a little revenge, eh? Wink. I guess that's it. Is she suggesting that we're high enough level now? I don't know that we are. Just because we've helped 10 people? Okay. Totally worth it. We leave. Okay. So we have a few things left undone. One, we need to turn in our job, and that's probably what I'm going to go do now. So our task... Trash? Our job, is to just return here and get some money. Which I would like to do, since I want to repair anyways. So, let's follow the road, wherever it goes. And I'm going to make some room like that and go, hiya. We're on the road. Ooh, what is this? Old beggar. Oh. Do we get this guy again? Alright, I'll be right back. I'll think about it. Okay. Do I pay money to the beggar again to get the luck of the road or whatever it gives me? No, not this time. I'm just gonna move on. I know I probably should, but I don't want to this time. Dark wings. High above the grasslands, you see the silhouette of some large winged creature making slow circles. Discard and draw again if you're on the road. You know, I was considering going that way. That would have been bad. Nearby voice. Ah, you think you hear someone calling, but it's very far off. Discard and draw again. Someday we'll get to something relevant. Sore feet. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. We will each lose a... Well... Actually, we're going to be on known paths for a long time, so I'm just going to flip my token. That one. Yeah. Whatever. And we'll go there. And why is this... Hold on just a second. Why is this not aligned correctly? It shouldn't bother me, but it is. There we go. We're going to go on this path, which is still a road path. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Thank you. And then down to town on another road path. You pass this way easily. Good. So, we are now at town. We are at Daneberg, which is 50. Yep, POI 50. Okay, how much is it to repair here? 1k gets us 7 damage, which is perfect, so that's what we do. We pay 1k, we repair 7 damage from our armor, which is all the damage we had. I'm also going to go ahead and turn in my job, which gets us 3k, as we picked 3k worth of berries. Job done. Banish this card. So I need to look at the card stack or the job board in a second. I'm going to update the overlay with the armor durability changes. Kaboom. And then we need head to be back to undamaged. And left shoulder. And both arms are back to undamaged. Hooray! We can do combat again. And then same thing with Rick's. Fully repair all the armor. Which is the head. Yeah. The body. And the left arm. That was a rough fight we got ourselves into. Quite the scrap. Okay. Now let's look at the job board. We've had a few jobs added since last we checked. There's the family crest to bring the thing to Clendence, which we're not going to do ever, because Clendence is clearly an evil dude. Pastry payload. Keldra's holding a big sale at the trade post, and we're here, her main supplier. We need to carefully bring these pastries to Clipton. Travel to Daneberg and have an unbroken path of roads to the goal, which is Clipton. Clipton Crossroads. So we need to go here, all the way to there. Unfortunately, so we have road, 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 road. We need that space to have an unbroken line, but we do not currently have that hex explored, so we can't do that job yet. Wheat wagon. The patisseries in Daneberg are always in need of the finest flour. Those wheat bears need safe portage. Keep an eye out for goblins. Travel to Clipton Crossroads, have an unbroken path of roads to the goal of Daneberg. Okay, so that's just the opposite direction, which I will do eventually, but not today. Hammer time! I just bought a quarry and I'm trying to get it up and running. Need help to smash some rocks. We've got the carts and rocks, just need some strong workers to come swing a hammer. Travel to Ravens Road. Have we found Ravens Road? No? Don't think so. Well, there you may spend with speed to smash rocks with a strength 12 check, and you can get up to 3k out of that. That's the job we're going to take. But now we need to actually find Ravens Road and also open up a road path between the two towns. That sounds pretty good to me. Oh, no, I'm quoting a thing now. Do I want to pay money to fill potions or knapsacks? Unfortunately, I don't know that that's worth it quite yet. Yeah, because we haven't completely emptied all of our knapsacks or all of our potions. So, no, we're good on that front. Relieve town! The question is, what do? We need a Raven's Road. They say it's a quarry, so I would not be surprised if it's there or there. But it could also be there, I suppose. We're going to go on the road. We're going to I do need to visit there. So let's go up here and then go up here and explore that way. We'll see how far we get. Well, I'm on a road path right now. You pass this way easily. Thank you. And then we're going to go on this road path. Wanderer. You think you see a far-off figure disappear into the forests. Discard this and draw again. Okay. Small crowd. Just ahead you see a small crowd gathered by the side of the road. No. I'm going to discard this. I'm not going to do the stupid arm wrestling thing. We're not going to win an arm wrestle. Alright. Going on the water path to the Whitecaps. Colorful cart. Along the roadside you see something colorful. It looks like it might be a large cart. Discard, draw again. We have the one option that gets us not to the cart. You pass this way easily. Good, good, good. Draw. Big 20. That's a big 20. Let's see what we get. I notice this is lower number than what we have been drawing, so if it's a combat, hopefully it's a combat we're good at. Yeah, please. Deep waters. The waves undulate and swell as you voyage into the deepest waters. A dot on the horizon grows into the remains of a ship, rotted and stagnant with age. Flotsam swirls and seeps from the broken hull. Okay, alright, alright. Sounds great. Put that there. We entered here. This is our little raft. I am noticing that there are little M and L spots, so I feel like there is a combat incoming. Let's go to medium 19 first. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Very curious what's going to happen here. Broken prow. You stand on the slanted deck of a rotting ship. The hull creaks and groans beneath you as the water softly laps the planks. Okay, alright. I'm going to flip this turnways so I can do this. And I guess we're going to go explore. PUI 45. On the deck. On the deck. You hear the cry of gulls overhead as sunlight dapples the deck of the ship. Small waves collide with the hull, making a fine mist, and you notice something odd about the spray. From this vantage, you can see far off toward the horizon. If a halfling is in the party, draw key 76. We do have a halfling. That's Zertle. The ring. You spin the ring on your finger absent-mindedly, watching the Whitecaps roll by, thinking of your father. You'd always loved the bustle and hubbub of the docks at early morning. Walking alongside your father, joining the ranks of dock workers falling out of their green brick homes, heading to the day's work. You're late this month, a scrawny man accosts your father. That makes 2 strikes. One more and you're out on your ear, you understand? Your father mutters something, and the man grabs your father's shirt, then slaps him across the face. Slap. Enraged, you run at the man, shoving him. The fall wasn't far, a couple span, but at low tide and exposed rocks, the man's neck broke with a dull crack. The noisy docks became abruptly quiet, all eyes on you and the body. The judge didn't bother to hear the whole testimony. A cut and dry case. You were sentenced to exile before sundown. Your father couldn't stop sobbing. One night in jail and off the following morning. Your father's hands find you through the bars of the prison cart. I've kept this for you, he says, pressing a ring to your palm. You were clutching it when I found you. I'm sorry I couldn't. His voice is cut off in grief as the cart rattles away. You look down at the ring, wondering about its strange shape, and think of your father. Le gasp. Not quite enough for me to go on for, like, information, but here we are. Put this with my ring and my other halfling thing. Interesting. It kind of sounds like I was a foundling, not this person's actual child. All right, back to the ship. Not a flashback. The gulls. You listen to the gulls calling as they wheel in the sky. Their cries fill you with a sense of sadness, though you're not sure why. All right, notice something odd about the spray. What is it? The gentle spray coming off the waves bothers you. There's something off, and you can't quite name it. Then it hits you. Salt. The water tastes of salt, but you can see mountains in every direction on the horizon. This is surely a lake. And let's look at that horizon. You're sitting near the southern part of a large lake. You scan the horizon, and Rix makes an intelligence 12 check. Huh. Alright, I spent an RP point on that. It's again +3, so it's 7 plus 6 is 13, which is enough. Wow, what a bad roll. Full those tonight, huh? Gain key item 47. If I had failed, I would have just destroyed it without looking at it. Rafts. Looking off the bow of the shipwreck, you notice some seacraft are on the horizon. They are possibly making their way toward you, but it's hard to tell. Keep this in the party inventory for now. Okay. Okay. I'm imagining they're going to be the boarding parties here and here. Oh, and I wonder if I have that, do I get, like, if I have key item 47, do I get something special when they land? Well, let's go below decks. I'm sure it'll be fine if I go below decks. I go to small 18. This'll be fine. Puckle ambush! As you prepare to descend into the ship, several rafts come up and attach themselves to the wreck. You find yourself beset by puckles and one irritating halfling. Give me back my map, you thieves! If you have key item 47, at the start of combat, after shuffling the threat deck, look at the top 3 cards of the threat deck and place them back on top in any order. Draw and place medium 19 if you haven't already. Oh, that's this one. And then flip this card and place this card on it. Oh. So I don't actually get to go below decks? Okay. So we do have key item 47, which is good for us. Get my travel deck out of the way. Shuffle my threat deck and bring it back into the way. This is the way. Is this going to be the level 4 encounter that I was trying to find earlier? I would not doubt it. Would not doubt that at all. Okay, I'm going to move this slightly. And we will be in combat, so I'm just going to flip that. And move these out of the way because I don't need them for combat. Get my threat deck. And we have full 48, 49, and 50. So I'll get those out, shall I? 48, 49, and 50. All right. So 48 is the Puckle Archer. 49 is the Puckle Pirate. Oh, that's cute. If it focuses. And 50 is our old friend. Oh, Captain now. Captain Erky. Same old annoying halfling. All right. Oh, where am I going to put all these activation cards? That seems like a decent layout. And then can I put like... Oop, sorry, Puckle Archer. A Puckle armed with a bow is here. You think it's awfully cute until it aims an arrow at you. Yeah, that is what I thought. Okay, their hit grids are on screen. They're a little bit washed out, though. That's annoying. Puckle Pirate. The cute little Puckle leaps onto the boat, landing with a gargle. It flashes its blade of grass in your direction. Aww. Aww. There we go. And then we'll put... This halfling seems to show up at the worst of times. He now commands a larger troop of Puckles who are both adorable and dangerous. Oh, right. And this is going to be... So, figure 18, figure 16, figure 17. 16, 17, and 18. Got it. Oh, it's so close. Hold on, hold on. I can do this. I just need to move these over just a tiny bit. Yeah? Yeah, his whole hit grid's on screen now. Perfect. And there's a crash as I get out the figure boxes. We have 16 is the swordsman, sword puckles. The pirates, I guess. 17 is the archers. And then 18 is in the other box. There we go. Wonderful. And theoretically, this should be quite a bit easier than the Kobold fight. Theoretically. All right. We have our legion of enemies. We have us. I think we're good to go. Yeah. This is going to be a whole thing. So, enemies with Zertle on deck. Literally. Boss activates. That is Captain Urki. With 0 threat, Captain Urki is going to do a move 6 towards the healthiest exile, and then do a punt and a mock. Okay, alright. What does mock do? Oh, just each exile checks intelligence. Oh boy. Okay. Move 6. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cannot actually get to us. Is that the best move? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It's the same. Same distance. No, it's one further. It's one further. Right. Punt has no target, but everybody now needs to check intelligence. 12. So first they gain 2 threats. Then we'll have Rix do intelligence 12. Succeeds. And Zertle fails. So Zertle loses 1 speed. Two threats, and Zertle loses 1 speed. Boom. And then it's Zertle's turn. And they are very far away, and I feel like going all the way in there would be a mistake. I want them to come to us, I would imagine. What's with the L and the M, though? That's curious. Oh, I also didn't... I didn't actually do my special ability to, look at the top 3 and top 3 cards of the threat deck and organize them as I want. So I guess I'll do the next 2. Oh. Well. Alright then. Spoiler. It's gonna be Urki for the next 2 turns. Can I go punch Urki? Should I go punch Urki? I think if they aren't going to be activating all of them, it makes sense for me to go punch Urki. He's so irksome. Sorry, just putting on armor, which I forgot to do. So yeah, here's what Zertle's gonna do. 2 basic moves to gain 2 combo, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to spend 1 combo immediately, going back down to 2. Sorry, going back down to 1. To do a pummel. And with a pummel, what do I hit? So Archer and Brown Swordsman, Pink Archer, Brown Swordsman, and Urki. Each take 1 damage. Okay, we'll start with the Archer. I don't have amazing attacks. I think I'm going to hit this one. No, there's so many ways to hit that space. No, it's fine. I'm going to hit that one. I'm going back on myself. I'm going to do it. And then Brown Puckle is this one. What can I do against Brown Puckle? Not a whole lot. I do think I'm going to hit this space, though. And then Urki. Oh, yeah, Urki I hit. I go swoop through here, which means I also hit that and that because of the critical points. So boom, and boom, and that triggers a weak point. The weak point triggering means he does a punt attack against Zertle, which is a yellow die attack. For base 1 against Zertle. Hits the feet. Zertle blocks the damage, and then has to make a Dexterity 18 check. Well, I failed with a 1. Jeez. If you fail, draw event 412. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Not really looking forward to that. You go flying off the ship, hurled into the drink by your foe. The icy water jars your senses as you fall in. Place your miniature in the water. Ba-boo! Check endurance and then flip this card. Okay. I rolled a second natural 1. You flounder and choke on the water, barely making it back to the ship. Place yourself at L or M, then lose 2 speed or 2 health. Okay. Here I am. I suppose I could be at M. Does it matter? Nah, it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to lose 2 speed. Okay, and I guess I gotta leave this event out since it's probably going to come up again. Since Urki's just punting everyone around. Okay. So, I lost 2 more speed down to 1, and my boots have taken a hit. Sweet. That was Zertle's turn. So now we're going to do enemy turn with Rix on deck. And Urki activates. Urki with 2 threat. Oh, come on, you. Spends 1 to do move 6 to the nearest exile, and then axe and punt. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are equidistant. I think they go for the healthiest one when they're equidistant. I don't remember. So I'm going to go there. Axe attack against Rix. Do I get to choose? I don't remember. Axe attack against Rix is 2 damage blocked by body armor. And then punt against Rix is yellow die. 1 damage blocked by body armor. Well, by leg armor, I should say. And then Rix needs to make a Dexterity 18 check. That's a 9 plus 1 is 10, not quite 18. So Rix gets punted into the water. And then checks endurance. That's a 5. That's a fail. Jeez. A 5 plus 4 is 9, which is unfortunately still in the worst threshold. So I'm going to lose 2 speed, and I'm going to put myself on M, I guess. Update my armor in the overlay. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't let the boss go 3 times in a row. Oh. Oh. Well, here we are. Now it's Rix's turn. And the good news is this means Rix just gets to attack. Yeah. The question is, how do I attack? Oh. Well, I want to go through the weak points, so I think I'm just doing a basic attack. I don't think I need... I'm going to mark Urki. I don't think I need to spend mana to do bonus damage. Let's do basic attack. Oh, man, I'm rolling like garbage. That is 6 adjusted, which means 1 hit. So I'm going to hit here. Just use my single to hit a single hit. Basic attack again. There we go. Adjusted 20. Leave that there. And we go 1, 2, 3. And that went into a weak point. But the weak point means he punts an adjacent enemy, and there is no adjacent enemy to punt. So, no counterattack on the weak point. And we still have a minor action, which I should probably use to get out of the water or something. Sure, just to gain combo. We go 1, 2, 3. Very good. We go 2 combo, and that is Rix's turn. And enemy turn with Zertle on deck. Literally on deck. Oh, wait, did I already make that joke? Probably. Boss activates again. That's 1 more. Goes up to Zertle. Does an axe attack. He's going to axe Zertle a question. That is left shoulder. Blocks both damage. Durability lost. And then we do a punt. Feet. Alright, Zertle's boots are all armored out. Unfortunately. And Zertle has to make an intelligence 12 check now. Yikes. No, a dexterity 18 check, I should say. And look at that, a 2 again. So I get punted off. I roll endurance. I rolled a 12. Plus my 2 is 14. Which means I struggle against the waves, making it to the ship with some effort. I can do L or M, and this time I lose 1 speed or 1 health. I will choose the 1 speed. And I'll be there. Again. So I need to mark. I'm down to 0 speed. And my boot armor is used up, and my left shoulder is... No, down to 1. This is saying I already had one. I think I just made a mistake at some point. Feet destroyed. And left shoulder damaged. Yay! You are there, to my knowledge. Yes. Zertle's turn. I want to hit this guy. I just want to hit him. Like, a lot. So let's do that. Let's basic attack. I don't even know what I'm hoping for here. 9 plus 6 is a 15 adjusted, which means I hit a spot and the spot adjacent to it. I know that made total sense, so I'm going to come down this row and hit both of these. And then I'm going to spend my second action to basic attack again. And roll a 13. Plus 6 is 19. I don't need a crit, so I'm not worried about spending points on that. Spending resources on it. We just hit both of these again. And then... yeah, okay. Rix will spend 1 mana to do the last point of damage. Defeated. Blee. And then Zertle's going to basic move to go 1, 2, 3. Maybe I go there just to get closer. Nah, let's make them run a little bit, and we go up to 3 combo. All right. Enemy turn. Rix on deck. Whew. Got it. Particularly I don't know if sour is the right word, but yeah, probably sour. Lime-based beverage. The mob activates. That's going to be the Puckle Archers. And what? Oh boy, what do they do? We actually don't even need this card anymore. So with 0 threats, they target the highest health first. They move 4 and can target the 2 exiles within range 2 to 4 for a base 1 attack. There we go. So we start with number 3, who goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nobody in range. So this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's also nobody in range. That turns our turn. Hooray for them. Rix. Rix has some options if she can get within range. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Might be worth it to spend a speed to try and get within good range. Because we have a lot of combo. You know, let's do it. Basic move going up to 4 combo. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to spend a speed to get an additional 2 movement points on that. I'm only going to need 1. So I go there. And I'm going to target this foe and hope to do a ricochet. This is a basic bow attack. That is an adjusted 17. Okay, sorry. 17. Spending an RP point. I feel it's worth it to just be at 20. And we are going to spend 2 combo to ricochet that as well. We should not be at 1 threat. We should be at 0 threat. That's why they couldn't reach us. So, blue archer. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna go bleep, blorp, blop. These guys are really susceptible to critical hits, and that's really what I should have done, but whatever. I'm also cool just attacking them. They gain a threat from the weak points. And then I also hit this one with the same critical hit, now that we actually know how Ricochet works. Oh, this one already had a hit? Oh, that's disappointing. Whatever. Again, this is paying 2 combo to deal just a bunch of extra damage. I think that's fine. And the good news is, we have another action. We basic attack blue again. 2 means adjusted 6, which is 1 hit. That's unfortunate. I don't think that's worth spending the combo on a ricochet, so I'm just going to hit this space and be good with Rix's turn. Let's see what the enemies do. Enemy turn, Zertle on deck. All foes activate, starting with the lowest, which are the Puckle Pirates. So cute. They spend the 1 threat to do a move 7 slash +1 and then shove. Yikes. So starting with number 1, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Brown, who goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, I'm here. What's up? So slash +1 will be a blue die against Rix. That is the left shoulder. Rix has no left shoulder armor. This has come up a lot tonight. So Rix takes 2 damage. 1, 2. And then does a shove. Creature checks strength 13. That is a 10. I have no strength, and I'm not close enough. Ooh, wait, no, I am in glowing cone range from Zertle. I don't think that's worth it, though. I'd likely get a +2. 12 is less than 13, so that's not worth it. What do we... I cannot actually read that. Black text on a purple background is bad here. 412. Is that the overboard? Yes, it is. Okay, so I got punted into the water. Check endurance, and then flip this card. Holy moly, that's a lot of 2s tonight. Okay, all right. You know what? We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're good. That's bad. That's an adjusted 6, so I'm going to lose 2 more speed trying to get back onto the platform. Wow. Oh, right. I forgot that I had spent a speed to do an ability and did not mark it in the overlay. That is fine. It is marked now. Yikes. Okay. And then you know the best part is now the archers get to go, but they have no threat to spend. So they're once again just doing target highest health, move 4, and then volley. Starting with blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's what I have to do. Now can target both of them. The highest health is currently Zertle. This is going to be a red die base 1 against Zertle. Head. No damage gets through Zertl's head armor. And now let's do the same thing against Rix. Also head. No damage against Rix, but I have to update armor in my overlay. And armor just gets chewed through so fast. Okay. All right, and your head slot is also all used up. It only has one hit. Okay. Next up is this one, who can also do a move 4 and then attacks at range 4. I don't think it's going to have an attack. It goes 1, 2... Sorry. These have kind of merged together. 3, and then it's difficult terrain, so it can't go any further, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Not quite enough range to hit anybody, which I'm thankful for. And that means it's Zertl's turn. You know what Zertle likes? Zertle likes having combo and a lot of enemies standing right next to each other. We know this about Zertle. Zertle the Returnaled. So I'm going to do a basic move, gaining 1 combo, and going... Ooh, 1, 2? Yeah. Could you come back, please? Excuse you. Little swords just get clipped. Then we're going to go ahead and spend a total of 2 combos. So I gained 1, and then I'm going to spend 1 and spend another 1 to do a double pummel. Yeah, double pummel sounds great here. No pun intended, we're all on board with this. So we'll start with the archer, because 1 hit is literally all it has left. So the first pummel kills it. Then I have to decide where else I'm throwing my hits. I think the answer for this one, we take out the armor. Oh, yeah, we'll take out the armor. And then hit... What do they get? Just +1 threat? Yeah. On the pirates, just +1 threat. So we'll hit that. That's both of my hits. And then I'm going to do a diagonal like this hit into there, which takes out the armor, but also goes through critical point to hit this. And then I'm just going to hit that. So they gain 2 threat from weak points, but I think it's fine because they're going to die pretty quick. And that was Zertl's turn. Enemy turn, Rick's on deck. The mob activates. That's the archers in this scenario. And the archers, with 2 threat, will spend 1. This keeps getting slightly shifted so you can't see the threat anymore. Ooh, and then out of focus. There we go. They will spend 1 threat to volley +1. Yes, they will. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the focus. They can move up to 4. So 1, 2, and then be 1, 2 away from Zertle, and 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Rix, targeting both. We'll do Rix first, as that's the focus. Red die for base 2. That is headshot again on Rix. Rix has no more head armor remaining. That's 2 health. And somehow she already had damage. Oh, yes. She took damage from a swordsman that I did not actually account for, and that's fine. And then red die against Zertle is body armor. 2 damage is entirely blocked, and that's just 1 durability gone. Yes, body is now damaged. Body armor, I should say. And leg armor is now damaged. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We're all done with their turn. It's Rix's turn. I expect great things from Rix because Rix is often pretty great. Rix is often pretty great. So we're going to do gain a combo by doing a basic move over to 1, 2, 3, over to here. And we are going to attack this one, hoping to ricochet into that one. I want to hit the archer first. Do I want to hit the archer first? Hold on, actually. No, I want to hit this one first. Because the archer has really bad hit locations left. I'll be honest. That's an adjusted 12, which is 2 spots. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. On green, which is this one, 2 hits. Yeah, I'm gonna ricochet that. So we are gonna ricochet and do 2 hits to the archer as well. I'm just gonna go like that. And they gain 2 threat because I just hit 2 weak points. And we're at 0 combo. And then I'm just going to basic attack again against the archer this time. Let's see if I can take one out before it gets another turn. Okay, now I get the 20. Yikes. Yeah, I dealt at least one. Defeated. Okay. Alright. Alright. Enemy turns Zertle on deck. Brutes activates. That is, in fact, the Puckle Pirates. And I don't actually need this card at all anymore. We just do this. And we have 3 threat currently, so they're going to spend all of it to do /+2 and then shove. We're going to end up in the drink a couple times. Yeah, definitely. Starting with green here. They target the furthest away enemy, so 1, 2, 3. /+1 is on the blue die. It's going to be base 3 against Rix. That is right hand, which does have an armor, so Rix only takes 2. And armor is gone on that hand. Right hand is now destroyed. Sounds good. And then we do a shove, which is Rix testing strength. 18? Makes it. I succeed. Which does mean that this guy goes 1, 2, 3. Attacks Rix with another /+2. That is right shoulder. Rix takes lethal damage and is knocked down. Oh! Which I guess is bad. And then shove. I think I still get to do a check on the shove, but yeah, I failed. So I get knocked into the water. And then I check my endurance. 8 + 4 is 12. So I'm going to go here. Or maybe the shove doesn't happen? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, no. Rix is already down, which means I bet the shove would go against Zertle, which makes it a very different check. Strength 13. Well, that's a fail. And then I check endurance. And then I succeed? We gain 7 combo because I crit during combat. What the heck, game? Okay. You swim like a fish, return to the boat, ready for battle. I go here. So Rix is down there. Suppose I could use like the base to just mark where I would be instead of having my figure splayed across the battle map. This is more fun though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's their turn. And now we have 7 combo. Hey, yeah. What do we do with 7 combo? It is Zertle's turn. Right? Yes, it's Zertle's turn. Do I just do some pummeling? I like pummeling. Pummeling is fun. Sure, why not? So here's what we do. We do our free action stratagem. We gain a combo, but we can't. Rix gains 1 health. And we shift a creature up to 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. No? Maybe not. Oh, you know what? That. I do that. Then, yeah, Rix is at 1 health. Then I basic move to step forward to there. Again, we lose the combo from that, but that's fine. Then we limit break. Yeah, and I'm pummeling. This is a free action. And what do we hit? We go across like this to hit this space and also this space by going through the crits, and they gain a threat. You know, something I really should do is have like a big flashy animation for limit breaks. That'd be fun. Anyways, and then I need to hit this one with... You know what? I'm going to do the same attack pattern on the pummel. Go all the way over to here and go through that critical point to hit there as well. They gain a 2nd threat from the weak points. And then I have 2 actions left. I think just basic attack. One of them, I don't really care which one. Odds are they're not going to activate, right? Odds are. So I guess I'm attacking this one because it's the one that's actually in front of me. Now, unfortunately, with my staff, I do need to get a adjusted 20 to even hit a vertical attack pattern like that, which is unfortunate, especially when I roll a 2 again tonight. That's going to be 1 hit. On Brown. There we go. Such is life. C'est la vie. And let's move on to enemy turn. Oh wait, I have one more attack. What am I doing? I forgot that the pummel was a free action. Let's do one more attack, one more basic attack against the same enemy. And I did at least 1 damage, so Brown Puckle Pirate is dead. Boom. Now it is the enemy turn with Rix on deck. Oh wow, the brutes activate again. My goodness. Okay. They spend 1 threat to do. Target the furthest away enemy, move 7, /+1, shove. Well, the furthest away enemy is Zertle. So they move 1. /+1 is going to be blue die base 2 against Zertle. That is right shoulder, so no damage gets through. And then Zertle needs to test strength, 13. Okay, good. I was worried I was going to roll another 2. That was a 14, which makes an adjusted 20. I succeed. I am not shoved off the boat for the first time this game. Let's see, my right shoulder is now all used up. Such is life again. And now it's Rix's turn. Rix of the 1 HP, who does need to move in order to even attack this last enemy, but doesn't need to move far. So let's basic move, gain 1 combo. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Why not? I don't think the combo is going to matter at this point, because I'm just going to basic attack and hope to get 2 hits. With an adjusted 13, that'll do 2 hits. We go here and here. And that's every single hit point. This enemy is defeated. We have won the combat. Went a lot better than the last combat we tried this session. And we're back to adventure mode. Boo! Oh wait, we can stay on the ship though. What am I doing? Just like that. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens after this combat is done. We're going to start with the Puckle Pirate reward. We gain 2 experience. So I'm going to flip a 3 into a 5 for each of them. And we roll a die. For loot, we got a 14, which is 2k. Nice. Get some money back to pay for all of our armor repairs, my goodness. Next up, we have the Puckle Archers, who also give us 2 experience. So we'll flip another 3 into a 5. Not a 10, a 5. Ooh, hey, we have enough to level up. And we roll again on the loot table. And a 7 gets us 1k. 1 kappa piece. And finally, Captain Urky. We get 2 more experience. That one's a little bit harder to track. I think I need to flip 2 5s into a 10. And then get 2 1s. There we go. There's 5 spots for experience tokens, so I'm just trying to manage that as best I can. One and 1. Alright. And then special draw event 37 when you defeat Urky this time. Urky overboard! As you deal a crushing blow to Urky, he collapses to the wooden deck. Breathing hard, he pushes himself up. With a maniacal laugh, he charges at you in a burst of speed. Surprised, you try to dodge out of the way. Urky collides with you, and with a crack, you hit the wood railing behind you. The impact sends Urky sailing out and into the water. The remaining Puckles quickly paddle over and pull Urki onto their raft. The halfling is laughing hysterically, holding a folded parchment. Index key item 4. He stole the map back? Okay, alright, that's fine. That's fine. I think we already used it. Yeah, we've already used this one. What else happens? We got it! I swiped the map! Let's get out of here! Urki turns and makes a rude gesture towards you. The Puckles paddle away, with Urki throwing insults back at you until they disappear out of sight. Add travel 20 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. Okay. Remove small 18 with the foe on it. Yep. Then turn to its B side. It will need to be explored again. Banish key item 47 and banish this card. Okay. Banish this card and turn 18 to its B side. And I can get rid of all these enemies. It's going to be combat ends. When combat ends, index this card, which is event 412. Okay. Cleaning up all the enemies. I guess Urki is still alive and still a menace. Okay. Get all these things cleaned up. And then let's go below decks, I think. And we will have Zertle going first and Rick's getting RP points. She needs them. Inside the sunken stern, the sound of the waves is deadened by the thick, wet hull of the ship. The whole cabin is tilted down toward the center of the ship, where water has flooded in through the cracked hull. So we move all of these aside. And we are now down here. And there's POI 44. The wreck. The air is damp and musty below decks. The whole cabin is tilting down toward the broken center of the ship. The passage to the prow is completely submerged in the water. There's a few old barrels and crates that have slid and are nestled against the stairs. Let's look at the barrels and crates first. The wood is damp and slimy from mold. It's apparent that someone has already been here and taken anything of value. Okay, how about this passage through the water? You peer into the water. Debris and wreckage lurk in the depths, but you think you might be able to swim down and over to the prow. Oh boy, that seems like a mistake. Oh boy. Okay. So, if we choose to swim, you take a deep breath and dive under the water, searching for a way through, and you get an RP point. Thank you. To succeed, you must roll a natural 20 on your die. Hold your breath and begin rolling. You may keep rolling as long as you hold your breath. If this is not fun or is potentially dangerous, you may simply succeed instead. And if you do succeed, you draw a thing, and reminder, natural 20s get a special bonus. Okay. We'll see how long I last. I might just take the auto succeed. Well, that's as long as I could hold my breath, and I still haven't succeeded. I'll try one more time, but this is my luck, by the way. Natural 20s do not come easy for me. Okay. I'm going to count just one of them succeed. I don't need both to succeed. So we got a 20. That was specifically Rick's, so we only do the one thing. If it were Zertle, he would have gotten both things, but we get to choose if we want to add Threat 777 to our threat pile or add Travel 777 to our travel pile. I'm going to do the threat card. Because I'll be real, making my threat deck better feels good to me. Just need to actually... Oh, it's threat 77. That's right. Not 777, I think. Yeah, 77. Luck of the battlefield. I'm going to add that to my threat deck. And then we draw a small 19 and get to go there. The Broken Prow. You've made your way through the wreckage and discovered that, unlike the stern, the prow is untouched. A chest and a beautiful roll-top desk catch your eye. Whoop. Okay, well, path 2. Let's loot the chest first. So there's a path chest, so we each get an item, and it's guaranteed to be at least in our wheelhouse. Starting with Zertle. We already have the staff. Ooh, a better med kit might be nice. Alright, yeah, I'm going to hope for a better med kit. I got the Scuffed kit. Yeah, so my old practice kit is going to go into my stash. And then I get a new kit. Ooh, which is a 2-3-5 heal. That's really good. I know that doesn't mean much to anybody watching because I don't show the medkit very often, but there. Yeah, that's going to be strong. And I keep my old powerful medkit in my inventory so I can swap to it mid-combat if I need the extra healing cubes. And then Path of Wandering. Rix also gets an item out of this path chest. Let's see. A new bow would be great. So I have lots of big tiles. The problem is Rix also has lots of armor pieces that are two tiles. So this could be anything. Luckily, I got exactly what I wanted. Boy, I can't roll well, but I sure can draw well. And that's going to go there. This is the new bow, which gets just one more hit on 20s. Now, that said, I would love for that number to go down. Only getting the bonus hits on a 20 is a little rough. I know you're just supposed to put all of your points into your primary attack stat to make that more likely, but I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. Point of interest 30. We got 2 new amazing items for us. Let's go do a point of interest. Sunken ship. You are deep within the sunken ship. You see cargo piled up against the walls, and there's a soft sound coming from the prow. Your nose tingles with the smell of the place. What's the cargo? Most everything seems rotted and destroyed, except for an exquisite maple wood desk that has a roll-top compartment fully sealed with wax. You open it. Break the wax. You crack the seal and open the roll-top to find a parchment inside, still crackly and dry. Make or get an RP point. Thank you. That'll go straight to Rix. And Genki item 32. Oh, it's a torn map. You found a piece of a map. It looks as though it was ripped in half and the other half is missing. Hold on. Hold your horses. I think we have the other half of this map. Wait, where'd it go? Huh. Does Zertle have it? Yes. One edge of the parchment is torn and jagged, as though it were half of a larger piece. Okay, so I'll show off these 2 things. One of them is a map of the current zone that we are in, the current part of the exiled land, the uplands. The other is directions that reference that parchment. We also have some runes, and I could have sworn. Hold on. We also had a translation for that. Yeah, strange scribbles. Okay, so part 3 of this mystery. Oh boy, it's not going to focus on that very well at all. So I'm going to put this over here. Look at that. Because those symbols, I believe, match up with the symbols kind of there and up there. And I'm going to try and translate a little bit. What is that first one? That is a T, followed by an R, followed by EE. So tree. And then S, T, U, M, P. Yep, tree stump. Keep this card in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text tree stump. So start halfway between the fire and snow. Oh boy. This is the whole thing. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second. So if I overlay this, the fire is here, the snow is here. Oh, this would be halfway between. Move one space toward pine, which is up here. So we move here. One space towards star. Which one is star? I guess the sun, which is here. So move here. Move 2 spaces towards moon, which is where we are right now, I believe. So 1, 2. Move 1 space toward palm, which is here. So we go here. And then move 2 spaces away from moon. 1, 2. Okay, so we need to go back to Harl Springs again. Okay. All right. I'm going to write that in my journal. So we're going to go back to Harl Springs and we need to find the text tree stump somewhere while we're there. And maybe that's the treasure we're looking for? That might also be the treasure that Urki's looking for, but I don't care about him anymore. Okay. I think we are figuring out this particular key item mystery. Very cool. And what else is in this cargo hold? A soft sound coming from the prow. Every so often the ship gives off a soft creak as waves wash against the hull outside. And what do we smell? You inhale the musty air. Rotting pine wood intermingles with the harsh bite of tar used to waterproof the vessel. Okay. So, just a little bit of extra little scenery. Cool, cool. We leave this ship. We go back through here. We go back out top. We go back on our rafts, and we are done. And I think that's a very good spot to just end for the day. So everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked what you saw. If you did, feel free to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the following times in US and Canada Pacific time. On Mondays at 1 p.m. I play Pal World. At 10:30 p.m. I play Final Fantasy VII, the original, not the remake version. Although eventually I hope to get to that too. On Wednesdays at 1 p.m. I stream more Pal World, and on Fridays at 1 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. we stream Arydia: The Path We Dare Tread. That is the game you just witnessed. It's a RPG in a box type of board game, and it's really good. It honestly is just really good. I think component-wise, everything is top-notch. They put a lot of thought into how everything will interact with each other and how these things will go together, and I think the end product shows all that love. And I highly recommend this game. Gameplay-wise, fun stuff. I mean, you've been watching me play it for a while. I can't really you can't really experience the components in the same way that I do, but you've experienced the gameplay. Uh, I am not sponsored in any way, but Far Off Games, who created Arydia, will be doing a Kickstarter, not a Kickstarter, a Game Found, but a crowdfunding campaign for a second printing of the game. And I highly recommend you go and check that out when it launches and follow it early. Uh, my assumption, my bet is that they will have the really hard to find at this point expansion, which is like the Hunt or something like that. Um, yeah, they'll have that probably as part of it. They will also probably have the small bodies, little cosmetic expansion that gives characters like my halfling here could have a halfling sized body instead of an average human sized body. So you can do that. Also, I'm sure it'll be at a discount over what you'd pay retail. So if this game looks interesting to you at all, I recommend checking out the campaign. And again, I'm not sponsored. This is just me saying that because it's a really good game. Everything I do here on Twitch is recorded as a video on demand and also exported to my YouTube channel. There's a link in the Twitch channel description somewhere down below. If you happen to be watching on YouTube already, then hello, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate anything you can do to make numbers go up. You know, you watching, you liking, these are metrics that help me decide what y'all want to see, which is important. Because if you don't want to see what I'm doing, then why am I doing it? With the exception of this game. I'm doing this game because this game rocks. I recommend you should check it out. Because it rocks. What's next? Yeah. Everybody, that about wraps it up. So, thank you for watching, first and foremost. Thank you for chatting and commenting. Thank you for liking, following, subscribing, all the other good stuff you can do both here on Twitch and over on YouTube. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.